Hey everybody, and welcome back to Living Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and I are still like Jackson, so this one's in my little galley kitchen, as per usual. And I'm going to do something I'm going to try today. I've never tried it. I've never attempted it. I've either had friends from Louisiana that made it, or at a restaurant or something. I've never attempted this one. So this is going to be cool. I found a nice box thing, so going to try that out. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to annoy all the Louisiana gods and all my friends and make fun of the ones I know that put like ranch dressing and shit in their stuff. But it's going to be great. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, ring the little bell down in that corner, get notifications when we do these Tuesdays and Fridays or as close as possible. Also, down the doobly-doo, there's a link that goes to our merch. We got really cool stuff, which is like our spatulas and spoons and flippers and pot holders and all that kind of stuff. Just sent out a batch of those Friday, so hopefully those will be going out. We're a small business. We very much appreciate it. And let's get into it. Just the Texans pissing off all the Louisiana people. This will be fun. Alright, so meats especially in this one, you can use it with seafood stuff, but you need about a pound and a half, 2 pounds of chicken, and then half a pound of sausage. I'm just going to do a pound of each and go that way. I got this box of this pre-made gumbo with the roux stuff in it. It's Mam Papa's. I used it for the couple other different recipes, so that's kind of cool, like the pecan pralines and stuff. So I'm going to try it for this one. You're going to need 8 cups of water or 8 cups of broth. I'm going to use 4 and 4. 4 cups of water and 4 cups of chicken broth. Really, that's all you need for that. I'm going to add some Slap Your Mama and some of this jalapeno puree, just because Texas, too much Tex-Mex in my blood. I got to put, a little more spice in it than what just comes in the regular box. It also says, I'm going to need a little bit of oil to kind of cook the chicken. The sausage is smoked, so it's ready to go. Also, you're going to need a little bit of rice. I forgot to tell you about the rice. Oh, and not ranch dressing. As much as my buddy Halvar from Louisiana swears that you have to put ranch in your gumbo or whatever, I ain't doing it. So, I'm making up some tea. I'm listening to the Ox Venture guys just while I'm listening to them while I'm doing this. Like, you got to listen to something while you're doing this. So get you a nice sharp knife. Again, shout out to Andy. And then just cut your chicken down into as small pieces as possible. Andy's knife is still crazy sharp. And down here at the end of the breast, it starts getting a little thick, so you might want to go back and just give it another big cut here and just make it smaller. Just because nobody wants to chew on a great big piece of chicken in the middle of your gumbo stew, whatever the hell gumbo is supposed to be. I think gumbo is just its own thing on the side that just resembles a soup or stew. But be very careful. Also, my tea was ready. Drinking this orange ginger stuff, which is actually really nice. Okay, so when you got it all cut, you got it set to the side. Now go wash your cutting board because you got raw chicken on it. Now get you a decent sized skillet, and you're going to go and put it on about medium high. Get you some pan lotion, about a tablespoon of any kind of oil. I use the one that you have to pull it like a grenade pen. Just a little bit of olive oil in here. You can use any kind of oil, or butter would be fine. Just once chicken starts going, it's fine. But just to get it started and not stick directly to your very stickable pan, because this doesn't have a nonstick thing. Get you a spatula. This is my spooky go spatula all over the meats or whatever as it tries to steal a piece when I'm using it. Spread it out. Put the meat on the metal, as we say, where it doesn't all pile up. Try to get it as flatten in there as possible. That way you can cook it and turn it. You're just going to cook it until it's not pink anymore. You can kind of crisp the edges if you want to, but the main deal here, it's going to take about 4 to 6 minutes depending on your elevation and the time of year and the phase of the moon on how you're going to get to it. So keep it not a steady stir, but stir it every 30-40 seconds. Knock the meat around the middle there. Make sure it cooks all the pink stuff once that's done. All right, be careful if your spatula starts getting a little wobbly, take it off the heat. Ladies, the sausage is already cooked, but while the chicken is cooking, we're going to go ahead and cut it up. Now, you can see how big around this is. I got the big goony hands or whatever, but it says to put it in bite-sized pieces, right? Which is smart, especially if you got like small children or anybody that's going to eat it or has problem chewing, like they don't have a lot of teeth or whatever. Like most of my friends. I can't say that. I'm not going to say that. But I like leaving it in these big round ones, but you can just split it and then cut it down or do both. I'm the only one eating this, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in the big rounds. And it's a lot less cutting that way. So, and cut that up to the side. Now your chicken should be getting to where it's just starting to brown on the edges a little bit. No pink left. It's all this white, starting to get tan, off-white. Mother of pearl color. Just take that, make sure it's on there nice and cooked. Be sure to break up any of the pieces you can. I'm going to have something that's stringy right now. I'm going to swap it out and get you a good sized pot, because remember, you got to put 8 cups of liquid in here and like 2.5 pounds of meat. So just put it right on the same burner that's still at medium high, okay, because we got to bring this to a boil. I threw my sausage in close, mostly because I'm not worried about it, because I'm about to just add the liquid anyway. But just go ahead and throw that in. It doesn't matter which order you put it in, just make sure it all goes in right here. So put in your pound of sausage and then 4 cups of your broth here. I'm using chicken broth. Now remember, it's not coming out fast enough. Get you a knife like this, and then just stab the bejeebles out of it. If you need to get liquid out of anything in a hurry, just always stab it and it makes it go quicker. This looks like a lot of liquid. It cooks down a little bit, but that's only 4 cups. You're going to need the 4 cups of water. So 1, 2, 4. Wait, what's that? 3. Okay, that's all 4 altogether. Now get your dries and add them to the wets. Now I feel ridiculous doing it that way, but I forgot. So just put that entire set of the roux and the packaging and stuff, and then put your chicken on top of it. Be careful, this will splash, right? And start scrolling. There's that stringy piece. I'm going to have to find that later and cut it with my kitchen shears and get that in there. Get your wooden spoon. Now you got to use a wooden spoon from what I understand, or there's things that'll come out of the ground that can get you out of Louisiana. So I don't want to annoy that Louisiana god. So get you a wooden spoon. You get them like 2 or 3 for like $1 at the dollar store. Ooh, don't be over vigorous when you stir, because you will spill it and lose some of that. Give it a decent stir. You're going to bring it to a boil. That's going to take a little while. This is like 8 cups of liquid or whatever, so it'll take a few minutes. But once it gets to a nice boil, not this one, see where it's bubbly at the top just because you had the dries in there, but this isn't a boil yet until you see the actual big bubbles. All right, so once you get some decent bubbles in here, you're going to let it boil for 1 minute. Then we're going to turn it down where it comes to a simmer. This is where you add your okra if you're going to add it. I'm going to add a tablespoon of the jalapeno puree. I'll let that in there. I use that to stir it a little bit. It helps get the puree out of my spoon. Don't waste not, want not, right? So get that in there, get it all nice and done. If you're going to add any other vegetables or meats, that's the time to do it. So now it's been boiling for a minute. You're going to turn it down. Ooh, not to 35 or 45 minutes. 45 minutes, I believe, is what they're supposed to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to cover it. It didn't say to cover, but that's just how I try to do it. I prefer my stuff a little thicker, so I should probably let it breathe. But here, yeah, 45 minutes. That was a little confusing. Set a timer, 45 minutes, go do something else for a while. Again, I use my mother's plate to cover this because I don't have a lid. This has been simmering for 45 minutes. Smells amazing, looks great. Looks really watery compared to what I'm used to, but once you put it on some steamed rice, you're good. That's what you're supposed to serve it on. Only rice I have is these packages I've been doing. The cilantro lime is amazing in this, by the way. Again, proper blasphemy, I'm pretty sure, because it's basmati rice instead of just regular like long grain white rice. That's lumpy. So get you some rice, put it in the bottom of your bowl, ladle that stuff in, ladle, and put it in there, and you're set to go. Now taste your stuff first, but if you're going to dress it with anything else, I always suggest the Louisiana hot sauce. Ta-da. I like putting that just everything because it's a little spicy, and that vinegar taste is something, I guess it's just the salt and vinegar thing. And then the slap your mama stuff, again, salty, and it comes out very quick. So always taste this stuff. Get you a spoon, taste it before you salt it. I know people, especially my father, who grab it and just immediately salt the living bejeebles out of it without tasting it, and has blamed me for over salting stuff. So always keep an eye on that. Taste it before you have it. But there you have it. This is great for reheating during the week. So it's great for like meal prep because the sausage is already cooked, the chicken's good, and be sure to seal it and keep it refrigerated because it is chicken in it. Again, there's a lot of different recipes, and I'd love for somebody to actually sit down and teach them to me, as long as we can keep them under budget. This one is very, very close because the sausage and chicken is relatively expensive right now, but the packaging was cheap and everything else is optional. So this turned out really well for me. Tastes amazing. I'm going to be eating on it because it's like a giant pot of this stuff, so I'll be eating it for 2 or 3 days. So it feeds anywhere between 4 and 8 people, depending on how thin you get it or how much rice you have. Try this one. And there you have it, folks. That actually worked out. How cool is that? It doesn't look as thick as most of the stuff that I used to get at like the restaurants or my friends make, and they always put okra in it. I'm just not that big fan of cooked okra in my food. It's optional according to this recipe, so I just didn't do it. I don't know if that thickens it or not, but just I'm like, fried okra, cool. Pickled okra, I'm all over it. Like boiled, not a good thing. So if you do it differently, you want to see me do it differently, you want to yell at me, scream at me, or whatever, tell me how I did gumbo wrong, just they told me to do it. So let me know, put it down in the comments. I'll revisit this and try it again, do it from scratch. Any of my Louisiana people want to let me know, that's fine, we'll get that done. Especially Varick, man, he's a good guy and he can show me how to cook some of this stuff. He showed me some stuff over there, too good. So, remember, try this. Let me know. You can also find us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, and all of those. Then Between Paychecks Kitchen. You can also find me on Instagram. Then Between, we had to shorten it down over there. You can find me, Osway Nerdy, on all of those, including Twitter. I'm not calling it whatever the hell they want to call it. And over on TikTok, which I'm just doing some fun stuff on those and talking about all my nerd stuff. So, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all enjoy the food. I'm going to go eat what this is.